All right, we are back for the Duskmourn draft number 12, and this set's been pretty good so far, so I was kind of worried maybe I'd be bored of it by now, but no, seems to be pretty good, so let's get going. Ooh, the Mind Skinner. This is the first time that, no, so, like, it's not the first time we've seen the card, but it is the first time that it's been a first pick. Unfortunately for us, Zimone is also in the pack, and Zimone's really good. And both of them are kind of hard to cast, right? Zimone's two different colors and commits us to those colors immediately. Mind Skinner's triple blue, and I feel like between the two of them, Zimone's probably better. What do you think of Wizards taking over the rules committee? I think it was inevitable, and the worry now is that they're going to start making decisions for profit motives and not for the health of the game. I also think the four bracket system is incredibly stupid. All right, so Zimone down. I would rather take Vanish from Sight over Slavering Branch Snapper. There's also Conductive Machete, which is fine, but not great. As for everything else in the pack, obviously, like, all the best cards, all the other best cards in the pack are white. I think the next best card's probably, like, Trapped in the Screen. Trial of Agony's all right. Savior the Small. But I think we just take Vanish from Sight. And so far, I don't think I've played a single league where I, like, drafted around blue. So, are games balanced in draft? Well, what do you mean by that? They're balanced in that everyone is opening roughly the same power level in cards, minus obviously variants and opening a bomb rare. Ooh, Blazemire Verge. So obviously, in terms of actually trying to win this draft, the correct pick here is either, you know, Flood Pits Drowner, Flesh Burrower, Glimmerburst is okay, the Room is okay, but you know, when we have a shot at getting some ticks, we kind of just have to take it. Because again, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not bursting at the seam with excess ticks. And the point of these is to have fun, but also to make sure that you can draft again. Mind Skinner seems bad in this format. I mean, it's a 10-1 unblockable for 3. Now, the 10 is not actually 10 because it's mill instead of actually doing the damage. But if you count that as... if you convert the, like, deck count into a damage count, then it's kind of like being a 3-mana 5-1 unblockable, which is also pretty good. Anyway, this pack has Get Out, Glimmerlight, Murder, Ticket Booth. I've been pretty impressed with Ticket Booth, actually. But in terms of the cards we can actually run, obviously the lane line is complete trash. So then from there, it's really no other option but just Get Out. All right, a lane line we don't care about. Flood Pit's Drowner. I like that this is this far in. And also Flesh Burrower. Another pack with both Drowner and Burrower in it. So what does this guy do? 2-1 Flash Vigilance, enters, stun a creature. This has got to be better than Burrower, right? Not that Burrower is bad, because Burrower is good. But this has just got to be better, right? I wonder if the Mind Skinner will actually wheel. I'd be very curious to see if that happens. Pyroclasm, Glimmerburst. Only green card in the pack is Anthropede, which is not good. So yeah, we're going to take Glimmerburst. Draw 2, create a 1-1. So it's kind of like halfway between a Mole Drifter, because obviously the 1-1 is smaller and doesn't fly, and you can't evoke it, but the hard cast version is cheaper and it's an instant. I haven't actually played with this card yet, so take it. All right, one more pack until we see if Mind Skinner wheeled. Now, this pack, we've got Twist Reality, which is also fine. Cursed Recording is always a cool card, but there's just no way we're going to be able to play it, unless we drop Zimone, but, because, you know, Zimone is the only green card we have so far. Cursed Recording so far has been fine. It's obviously really fun when you get it to do what it's supposed to do, but I don't think it's worth taking here. I think we just take Twist Reality. All right, will the Mind Skinner wheel? Let's see. Aw, it didn't. All right, well, oof. So there's another Twist Reality, which is the only card in our colors, or we can just take Scorching Dragonfire. How in the world is Scorching Dragonfire still in the pack? That, to me, might mean that just red is wide open, and I don't think Twist Reality is a good enough card. I would much rather take this and potentially just shift to red rather than take this. So Dragonfire it is. Oh, wait, did I get the pack wrong? There's the Mind Skinner. I thought this was in pack 1. Or was there another pack that I just missed it? I'm confused. Well, we're taking it. Was I misremembering the packs? Yeah, so it's Branch Snapper, which I don't want, or Trial of Agony, which is fine. Also, Trapped in the Screen is still this far in? Wow. Another Glimmerburst. There's also this dual land, which is relevant because if we wind up being in red and blue, but then we want to splash for Zimone, the only thing is it's a little awkward if we have also Mind Skinner in the deck. We probably just want to commit to 2 colors, so I'll just take the Glimmerburst. All right, I'll take this because it's in our colors, I guess. All right, well, I'll take a Leyline, I suppose, over this random guy. Friendly Teddy. All right, Silent Hall Creepers are rare. And then what's in the rest of the pack? Murder, Bookworm, not a lot. I guess there's obviously Megalodon, but we'll take Hall Creeper. I think the next best card after Hall Creeper is Bookworm. In fact, Bookworm might even be better than this. I'm not sure, but we'll take the Hall Creeper. All right, Fungus, Paranormal Analyst. This is another card that I've really been wanting to test. There's also a lot of good green cards. Under the Skin, Flesh Burrower, but I will take this guy. So how many manifest things do we have so far? We've got Twist Reality, and is that it? Oh, there's also the room over here, Meat Locker, Drown Diner, but I'll take Analyst, and then, because I'm not even for sure certain that we're going to be green. Doomsday Excruciator, which we're obviously not taking. There is Meat Locker, 2 different underwater tunnels / slimies, and then there's the green fixing room. There's also Terramorphic. I really like this one. I've been pretty impressed by this room. I think we just take this one. All right, let's see. Growing Dread. It is a manifest card, which we want with our Paranormal Analyst. Cathartic Parting. And there's some decentish green cards over here. All right, so we'll take the Growing Dread, and I'll move Dragonfire this way. And I guess we're going to be more inclined to be green and blue. I bought Flesh and Blood booster boxes, but only to sell and make money. No idea how to play it. Is that profitable? How cheap are you buying these boxes at that you can sell them at a profit? Even game stores usually don't make much of a profit off of selling booster boxes, and they get them at wholesale prices. Arabella is this far in? Wow. Okay, well, I'm not taking this combat trick. What does this one do? Tap enchanted creature, doesn't untap during its control, is untap step. So it's basically, it's narcolepsy. And then there's Meat Locker, Drowned, and Stalked Researcher, Twist Reality. All right, this is basically 2 mana, kill anything, essentially. So we'll take that. Well, I bought Welcome to Wrath Alpha Box for 250. Now it's worth like 6,000. I don't know enough about Flesh and Blood to dispute that, so I'll take your word for it. I used to do that with Keyforge boxes. I'm also similarly trying to get into the speculation game, so if you guys are having success with that, then all the power to you. How is Scorching Dragonfire still here? I'm so like, and Flesh Burrower. And there's also Meat Locker. Am I just vastly overestimating how good Dragonfire is? It seems great. I want to take this or Flesh Burrower over the room. I'll take Flesh Burrower. All right, so we've got Bottomless Pool. Ooh, yeah, no reason to stray off of that path. We'll take this one. All right, what do we have? Dazzling Theater Prop Room, Stalked Researcher, or Flesh Burrower. How many enchantments do I have? I have about 5, 6. I still feel like I'd rather have the Flesh Burrower over this. All right, yeah, so we're pretty much in green and blue at this point. I can't imagine we would change. There's Bear Trap, and there's this combat trick. The thing I'm learning more and more as I play this limited environment is that mana values really matter. I think I would normally conclude that Bear Trap is better, but this is 2 instead of 4. We probably won't wind up playing it either way, but it's fine. All right, Murder is this far into? Okay, I don't get it. All right, Bedhead Beastie, sure. Arabella is this far down. How? Like one of the best cards in the entire limited format, and it's second from last. All right, we've got Toby, which is unfortunately in the wrong colors. The cards in our colors are Fear of Isolation and Creeping Peeper, and then there's no green cards in the pack. Probably no Boros players. Yeah, I don't understand how that can be the case, but... So between these two, I think I would rather have Fear of Isolation than Peeper. We don't actually have that many enchantments either, although we do have face down stuff. My biggest regret is buying Gaia's Cradle because I was also considering buying Alpha Heart of Fiendal Cold Foil for 1,000. Now it's worth 50,000. Well, I mean, that's always, you know, it's hard to predict that certain things are going to become valuable collector's items. I'm sure there's tons of people who bought, you know, first print comics of Superman and Spider-Man before those characters were you know, iconic, and just didn't keep the comics in good condition or just didn't keep them, period. And there's all sorts of stories like that in Magic as well, with people buying dual lands for, you know, $20, $15 and then just selling them way before the reserve list prices got out of hand. Anyway, as far as this pack goes, there's these 2 pretty solid 2 drops. I'm pretty sure Bookworm is better. It has better stats and lets you essentially loot every turn. Leyline of doesn't matter. There are no green cards in the pack at all. And then the only other blue card is Twist Reality. And I guess that's what we're taking. And we do have a fair number of things that work with it. Mirror Room, Fractured Realm. Interesting. The only other cards are Moldering Gym, Weight Room, and Vanish from Sight. Sure, I'll go ahead and take this. So the other side is doubles your triggers And we have a lot of them, right? We've got, it's of permanence. So Flood Pit's Drowner would be able to double stun. There's what else? Hall Creeper gets to double trigger. The Flesh Burrowers get to give Death Touch to 2 things. Growing Dread manifests 2 cards. Bookworm, double loots. Reserveless cards have been such a bad investment. They go down in price and don't even keep up with inflation. Do you mean in general? Like in general, reserveless cards do that? Or do you mean like even the most expensive ones? All right, 2 different 2-drops. And I'm not sure which one. I think we're very, very heavily in blue, especially with like the Mind Skinner. So I think if I have the option between these 2, I just default to the blue one. Ooh, another Verge. Fear of Exposure. Very well. Yes, in general, I own all blue duels. Should have spent that on Bitcoin. I would not spend a penny on any crypto. All right, well, there's another Flesh Burrower, and there's also this thing. And I think we want this thing because we have a ton of 2-drops already. And we've got various synergies involving enchantments and manifest cards. So, and we already have 2 Flesh Burrowers anyway. And we want to, again, be more heavily skewed towards blue. So I think we just go with this one. All right, Creeping Peeper. Exactly the card I wanted to see. Well, that's not true, but, you know, perfect for what we're trying to do. Okay, we can't play any of these cards, so I'll just take this, I guess. I don't know. All right, and now we're down to nothing able to be taken. So we'll just quickly go through all this. All right, so deck's pretty solid. We only have to cut 3 cards. So let's get the creatures separately, and then we got to fix all the mana values. So this is essentially a 4-mana creature. This is 1 mana. These are basically 4-mana creatures. The Twist Realities are technically creatures. The Growing Dread is a creature. All right, what are we cutting? So we have 11, 16, 19 creatures. All right, first thing, get rid of Teddy. Teddy sucks. After that, every single other 2-drop is solid. All of these 3-drops are also solid. And all of these cards are also solid. So I'd rather cut spells if possible. So what do we have? A bounce spell, a counter spell, a narcolepsy effect, mirror room, fractured realm, and then we've got this one thing that stuns and vanish from sight. So, and this combat trick. So it's kind of like counters, removal. It's sort of like saying we've got 4 to 5 cards that can kill opposing creatures, essentially. And then there's these 3 counter spells up here as well. I'd only invest in Bitcoin if I could convince a bunch of other people to buy Bitcoin and then sell my coins at a high price. You've cracked the code, sir. That is exactly how it works. And that's why you shouldn't invest in it. All right, so I'm not sure how good Horrid Vigor is. It's also green in our deck that wants to heavily skew blue. And between all of our spells, I think it's probably the worst spell. So let's get rid of that one. I want to keep all of our other spells, though. So let's cut a creature. And between all of the creatures that we have... So my inclination is either to cut one of the Flesh Burrowers because we're wanting to heavily skew towards blue, and therefore we might not be able to have green, like, on curve. Or... if not that one, I would cut one of the Glimmer Bursts. And we don't really have any sort of enchantment synergies in our deck. I think the only thing that triggers off of enchantments is Stalked Researcher. So yeah, I'm going to cut one of the Glimmer Bursts. Now, as for the land distribution, so let's sort by color. So we have 6 green cards in our deck, and they're all cheap. We want to be able to cast them all early in the game, and that outweighs trying to curve into Mind Skinner. So I think we do a 10-7 split. So if we have 7 forests in our deck, we have a 77% chance to hit at least one of them in our opening hand. If we go down to only 6 forests, then we have a 71% chance to hit. And I think that's not worth the trade-off trying to get Mind Skinner into play fast. So yeah, let's stick with the 10-7 split. And wow, I don't think I've ever played a limited deck with such a low curve. Anyway, let's go ahead and do it. On the draw for round 1. Okay, well, we're not keeping this hand. This is a better hand. We'll keep this one, and we'll put back a forest. We do have turn 3 Zamone as well, so that's pretty nice. Ooh, and the Mind Skinner, which we might be able to curve into, although I think I would still play Zamone probably. Anyway, let's cast Underwater Tunnel and Surveil. Okay, so we've got Fear of Isolation. We've got our 3rd island. Do I want the Fear of Isolation? What does that help me do? I guess I could pick lands up and potentially trigger Zamone again. That doesn't seem great, though. All right, let's dump this one and keep this one on top. Grand Entryway, make a 1-1. All right, island, and go. So now the only question is, are we playing Zamone first or are we playing Mind Skinner first? And I would imagine it's Zamone. Although either one just gets hit by removal because this doesn't trigger until the end step. Plays Hardened Escort. Okay, now let's see. The thing is, if I play the Mind Skinner now, I can't trigger Zamone until turn 5. So I think we just play Zamone first. End step, make a 3/3. Split Skin Doll. And then they can attack, and we can just freely chump block one of them. Okay, block here. All right. So let's see. Play the island. So I can play Mind Skinner, or I can Manifest, or I can just hold up Twist Reality. Holding up Twist Reality is not great, though, because they could just unlock this room, and then the Twist Reality doesn't even really help. I would also like to be able to next turn deploy Mind Skinner plus something, but I can't do that if we don't draw another island. So it's probably, so then that turn would be Bookworm plus Twist Reality holding up, which means that it's best to either just play Mind Skinner now or play Aqueduct, or unlock the room rather. So assuming this survives, we have to hit our opponent 3 times. This makes a 3/3, and this is better at blocking them. All right, I'm gonna play Mind Skinner, and then attack with this 3/3. All right, boom, milled over Vengeful Mountain Violent Clown. Scorch Dragonfire on Mind Skinner, yeah, okay. Ethereal Armor, the Split Skin Doll. That's pretty rough. Yeah. All right, I guess we don't block and we take a whole bunch. Okay, so now we can go Bookworm Twist Reality. Although, we can't really block this guy, right? Like, that's the problem. So this will become a 5/5. It still doesn't block this, though. Next shot is at 7. Yeah. See, this trigger's on my end step, which means if I hold up Twist Reality, I'm only, like, stemming the bleeding if I try to counter their next thing. I can't race them, though, so... All right, I guess I just play Bookworm and then hold up Twist Reality. It's unfortunate, but I think that's what has to happen. So no attacks. Then end step, we trigger both of these. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I could have attacked and then replaced this. Yeah, I'm stupid. All right. Yeah, draw a card, discard, forest. Yeah, I could have gotten 3 free damage in there. Oh, well. So this can't trade with this, but it does mean they at least can't attack with their Hardened Escort. Aw, trapped in the screen? Okay, well, yeah. So we counter that. Counter here. So they should still attack with Split Skin Doll, and we can't kill it, no matter how we block. They didn't attack? Really? I would definitely have attacked. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, wait, so if we copy Primo, it just makes a token that's a 0/0, and then it dies? Okay. Can't you sit on 5 lands and have an infinite block? No, it only triggers if you have a land enter. If a land entered. It doesn't just keep making the creature every single turn. So, if we manifest, we don't have the mana to play this. But if I play this, the only thing I'm copying is Oblivious Bookworm, which is obviously not great. All right, I'm going to play this island, and then we will unlock the aquarium. Okay, well, sure. So now we just get to draw a card off the Bookworm, so I guess we'll just pass. Trigger, use the ability. We drew a land. Oh, we drew a land. That's pretty good. Voluntarism, I'm going to put the kibosh on this. We're not getting into a Bitcoin argument here, so let's just agree to disagree on this and talk about Magic. Vicious Clown. So if they didn't attack last turn, I can't imagine they would attack this turn. I don't understand why they didn't attack last turn, but yeah, I really don't understand why they didn't just attack. Okay, if we attack, they just block with the first striker, so it's pointless. I mean, I guess we're going to get another Primo anyway, so we could attack and just see if they block, but they're going to block. Like, there's no reason not to. All right, combat, swing with Primo. They didn't block. Okay, I officially don't understand. So let's Mirror Room or Fractured Realm first. Now I want to get another creature into play, so let's Mirror Room and copy Bookworm. Then play Burrower, and then we're get to loot twice, but it's fine. So put all this on the stack. So we don't get to keep the card. I'm still going to loot anyway, though, because the odds of us hitting bad cards is better than hitting good cards. And then yield to Zimone, keep a 7/7, and it's over to them. All right, so by our opponent not attacking us, we are now in, like, a really good position. Midnight Mayhem, sure. Makes the clown really big. I don't think they can even kill us here, though. We have a lot of blockers. Attack with everything. Make this guy indestructible. Okay, so how big is the clown? It's a 8/3. So let's see. Death Toucher here. Block this guy. Chump the manifest on the doll. Block on this token. Block on this token, on this guy. And we take 3. And if they have manifest blobbity blue, then sure. So, okay, we're going to take 3 damage and go to 5. All right, damage. They hit grab the prize off of Clockwork Percussionist. All right, how much damage are we dealing to them now? We're dealing 4, 11, 13, and we can stun this. I feel like I'm still not in a great position to just attack them with everything, so I feel like I want to just pass or unlock Fractured Realm. When's the next one? It's 11, right? Yeah. They only have 1 card in their hand and grab the prize. Yeah, okay. So unlock Fractured Realm. And then we'll just go to end step and then trigger both of these dudes. Trigger, I guess I'm just not going to loot now. So I can't go too low because grab the prize can deal me 2 damage. So if I'm not actually in a position to just kill them outright, there's no reason to attack at this point. Grab the prize, ditching, hand that feeds. We go to 3, and now they have 3 cards. Cheerleader. All right. Flesh Burrower. Yeah, I guess we just pass again, and then we start looting, and I'll get rid of Flesh Burrower. So yeah, triggers on the stack, loot, ditch, Flesh Burrower. I don't really want this either, so ditch. Silent Hall Creeper is okay. Not great, though. None of these are great. Discard the room. Loot again. All right, Growing Dread is good. So we'll ditch Hall Creeper, and then we will not loot. Patched Plaything advances the counters. Puts them here. Okay. All right, combat. Let's Flood Pit Drowner. Let's tap this guy and this guy. All right, I'm not flashing this in because I wanted to be able to just straight up draw the cards. So back to us. Island. So attacking here is fine. Attacking here is not fine. So those stay tapped. Combat. Let's swing here. No blocks on their part. All right. Cast Growing Dread. We get 2 triggers. So let's manifest this. All right. They've conceded to that. So we can move on to the second game. I don't have that much to sideboard to begin with, and I don't think that changes given what I've seen. So let's go ahead and run it again. Although Horrid Vigor might actually be good. It seems like they have a lot of piling stuff onto one creature, like a lot of Voltroning. They've got Ethereal Armor. They've got the +1 counter room. They've got Patched Plaything. So this one might actually be good against them. So if I do that, what am I taking out? Maybe just Glimmer Burst is not so great. All right, we'll take that out and we'll put in Horrid Vigor. Only 1 land, Mult. All right, so keep this, toss a forest. Opponent has a dual land in black, plays Fear of Surveillance. Sure. Hall Creeper, over to them. Plays Victor. Interesting. All right, well, we're obviously not blocking this. All right, so Zimone, combat, swing with the Hall Creeper. I think it's usually better to put the counters on it first, unless you suspect that it's going to get killed really quickly. So choose the counters, then we make a 3/3, and then it's over to them. Opponent casts Enduring Courage and gets to Surveil 2. All right, I will block anything they attack with. No effects from them. Back to us. All right, so this thing is concerning. I could bounce it to their hand. So let's say I go, so Forest, and then I've got Fear of Exposure plus Bottomless Pool, right? So I can go Fear, tap down, Zimone, and the token, and then attack to draw a card and bounce this to their hand. That sounds good. But if I'm going to do that, I should just attack with Hall Creeper first to draw a card just to see where we get. Actually, no, that's not true, because I can copy Fear of Exposure and make our guy really big. All right, so let's go Bottomless Pool, bounce the dog, then Fear of Exposure, tap, tap, combat, swing here, trigger. I guess if I become a copy, I don't get to draw a card, but that's fine because it means I have 7 unblockable. Yeah, let's just put the pressure on. So copy, Fear of Exposure. So the dog comes back, they get to Surveil again. They hardened Escort, but kept the other card. All right, so we're still, ooh, we can hold up Twist Reality. Okay, things are really good now. So let's attack with everything except Zimone. And then we're going to make a 5/5 Primo anyway. So they're just taking it, going to 1. All right, well, end step, Zimone trigger, keep the 5/5, back to you, and I have Counterspell up. So this is 8 damage minus I block them. Acrobatic Cheerleader, that's fine. Casting Midnight Mayhem, all right, absolutely counter that. So they can't afford to attack with anything because every creature I have is lethal, and they are not going to do lethal to me if they attack here. Actually, I just killed them because of trample, right? Yeah. All right, we won. I'm trying to figure out what is the color balance in this set, because I feel like the Boros deck is by far the best deck, but that's specifically the Boros combination. So aside from that, what is actually the best color? Blue and white seem pretty good, but they all kind of feel roughly equal. My gut feeling is black is probably the worst color, but I'm not sure. All right, well, I would normally not be so great to keep this, but we do get to Surveil too right off the bat, so sure. All right, Surveil, wrong one. So let's put Forest in the graveyard and Meat Locker, this can stay. It seems like there's a good balance. Yeah, it does feel like there's a good balance. I think it's not even, I don't think, but I think it is pretty close. Flesh Burrower, go ahead. Oh yeah, trade for sure. All right, they didn't play anything. Ooh, Zimone. Oh, they're holding up Murder Mana, though. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Because the alternative is just to play like another Flesh Burrower, which isn't great. Nowhere to run. All right, yeah. Okay. Very well. 4 mana didn't play anything. Interesting. All right, so I can play Flesh Burrower, hold up counterspell. That seems decent. Entity Tracker, absolutely counter that. 5 mana for Drowned Diner. We're probably going to do exactly the same thing. Discarded Fear of Infinity. What a great discard. All right, yeah, let's do the same thing. Drowned Diner. Trigger, discard an island, attack with Death Toucher. Opponent casts second Fear of Infinity. Fear of Infinity, getting back Fear of Infinity. Well, isn't that cute? Oh boy, they can't block though, right? But they have lifelink. So I guess we just deploy as many threats as we can. Fear of Isolation doesn't have anything great to play, although I could go Fear. Fear blocks them, so I could go Fear, bounce a land, replay the land, unlock the Manifest, or I could go Fear. There's nothing I can bounce for value, right? The rooms I want to fully unlock before I start bouncing them. Or I could just go Fear, bounce a land, play Stalker, play Creeping Peeper. But that feels wrong. I feel like I want to Fear, bounce the Drowned Diner back to my hand. So alternatively, I could go Meatlocker, tap one of these guys, play Peeper, attack. That seems reasonable. Yeah, I don't care if they get one swing with lifelink. That's fine. Let's just go Peeper, Researcher, Combat, Attack. So now they've got 4 lifelink in the air, but that's fine. I just need to get ahead on the board, basically. Because now on my turn, I can go Meatlocker, tap one of them, cast Fear, go. So yep, they attack, can't block. Our life total's reverse. Sporogenic Infection on this guy. All right, let's eat our Flesh Burrower or Stalked Researcher because we're not racing here. All right, I'll just eat Stalked Researcher. That's fine. All right, they've passed us with open mana. So let's see. Land, we have 7 total with the Peeper. So I can go Meatlocker, tap. That's 3. And then unlock the Aqueduct and then Fear of Isolation next turn. That seems to be the most efficient thing to do. All right, unlock Slimy Aquarium. Manifesting, I guess, Flood Pit's Drowner, although that doesn't really help. Combat. Swing with the Burrower. And then second main phase, unlock Meatlocker and keep one of these guys tapped. And I guess technically my Flood Pit's Drowner can shuffle a stun counter guy back into their deck if I'm willing to spend 4 mana to flip this over and activate it, which doesn't sound great. All right. Meatlocker's my guy, sure. So I can, I guess, Fear bounce that. I think I'm still better off fearing bouncing the Drowned Diner and drawing more cards rather than, like, I could also pick this guy up and put him back in and stun them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's exactly enough for that. Combat, swing here. So then tap this and this, cast Fear of Isolation, bounce this back to my hand, then cast Drowned Diner, resolves, trigger, draw, I'll pitch the land. And now over to them. And now they at least have to burn a removal spell on Fear of Isolation if they want to attack through it. Final Vengeance to eat the Fear. Sacking this Sporogenic, sure. All right, can I deploy everything? I have 7 mana. So it's 6 here, or I can go 1, 2, Meatlocker, tap a guy. Or I can keep one tapped down forever with Stay Hidden. Oh, I also have Creeping Peeper, right? So I have 8 total. All right, first off, combat, swing, swing. Then post-combat, we will Stay Hidden on this guy, Meatlocker the other one, and play Hall Creeper. And then it's back to them. End of turn, they are casting Murder on their own Fear of Infinity that had the Stay Hidden, Stay Silent on it, presumably so they can just cast another enchantment and get it back. Yeah. Unable to scream on our guy. Dude returns. Plays the dude. All right, so they have 4 plus 1 card left in their hand. So now's the time to start getting in, basically. I could vanish it. So let's see. Growing Dread is 2. Glimmer Burst is here. And then I would need 2 more mana to flip this up. Fine. All right. Growing Dread. Trigger. Manifest. Ooh, that's some good options. Let's get Fear of Exposure on here, I think. Or is Bookworm just going to draw us out of this mess? I feel like I can race them, probably. All right. Let's grab this one. Then turn this dude face up. Trigger the Growing Dread, go to combat, swing here and here, and then I'm probably just going to vanish this. All right, so they are not responding. They take a bunch of damage, and now it's over to them. So they attack with this dude. I'll vanish it. Surveil away a forest. Where'd they put it? They put it on the bottom. Okay, yeah. They did nothing. All right, combat. Attack with everything except this guy, I guess. Flesh Burrower. Give Death Touch to my Morph creature. Sure. Withering Torment on this dude. Very well. They're at 8. 4 damage. Flip this up. Huzzah! I am huge. Lethal! Alright. Sideboard game. So literally the only threat we saw from them the whole game was Fear of Infinity. I guess, okay, we've seen a number of instant speed kill spells from them, right? Or we saw Withering Torment, I forget what else, but Horrid Vigor could be a way to counteract that. Yeah, I guess I'll do the same thing. I'll swap Glimmer Burst out for Horrid Vigor. Let's try that. All right, this hand's fine. We'll keep this. Play a land. Go. Swamp. Plays Stalk Researcher. Okay, I'm going to just flash out. No, am I going to flash out or am I just going to play Oblivious Bookworm? Yeah, we need to hit another land, right? I kind of want all these cards, though. The thing is, if we don't hit a land next turn, that's so bad. All right, let's just play Bookworm. And then trigger, use the ability. All right, well, what's our worst card here? Probably Flesh Borrower, honestly. Fear of Infinity. Yep, and now they can attack. No blocks. All right, we hit a land. I could Mirror Room to copy this guy, even though, again, that means that I'm not just drawing the cards straight up. Alternatively, I can go Twist Reality to Manifest, and then, again, we just get to draw the cards straight up. Or, what might be better is bounce the Fear back to their hand, plus Growing Dread, or Hall Creeper, or yeah, let's do that. Okay, Growing Dread, trigger, all right, well, a land, and then Bottomless Pool, bounce this dude back, combat, swing. And then we get to just draw a card for free, and then it's over to there. So they are winning the race at this point. Sporogen, aw. All right, well, there goes Bookworm. Glimmerlight, which allows their dude to attack. And Sporogenic also. I would take it. All right, what do we got? Hall Creeper, Fear, bounce the Growing Dread to my hand, or keep a guy tapped down? I'm not sure. I'm losing this race pretty badly. Or bounce the Bottomless Pool, because bouncing their stuff seems pretty nice at this point. Hall Creeper, Fear. Actually, what am I doing? I should attack. Swing. Oh, they're going to block, eh? All right. Yeah, that's fine. We trade. Okay, so Fear. Put the pool back in my hand. Over to them. So now if they play Fear again, we just bounce it again. All right, yeah. Fear. Their guy can attack. Do I double block this? I'm taking too much damage. I'm going to double block this. All right, so they kill the Fear. I'm surprised they didn't just kill Hall Creeper. I get why they didn't. Aw, unable to scream. Okay, well, I can go Pool Mirror Room. That sounds decent. All right. Or I can just play Fear. I just want to not get hit by this thing. Is the thing. So Pool, bounce your guy, cast a Mirror Room, copy the Hall Creeper, and over to them. Just Simic tempo here. Just constantly bouncing stuff. Underwater, or no, Slimy Aquarium to manifest. Sure. Ooh. All right. Combat, swing. Let's put the counters on this guy. Then we can go Flood Pit. No, then we're short. Yeah, so then we can go, I guess, Meat Locker, tap him down. Or I can just hold both of these up. I don't know. Twist Reality a Fear of Infinity sounds pretty weak. Yeah, I guess we just Meat Locker. Tap your guy and go. Just infinite tapping and bouncing. Final Vengeance, our dude. Okay, and then Fear of Infinity. Yep. All right. Well, all right. Target this dude and over to them. And then we'll just Flood Pit's Drowner here or whatever else they play. Underwater Tunnel to Surveil. Bend an island, but kept the other card. Yep, doing that. Bend another land. Okay, so then we cast Flood Pit's Drowner and tap that guy. Then it's back to us. So combat, right? We've got 5, so we go 3, tap our guys down. Yeah, so combat, swing. So I can either play Fear, tapping our guys, although, yeah, Fear, or I can hold up Flood Pit plus Twist Reality, so I can counter whatever they play next, plus put this Surveil thing back in their deck, whatever that turns out to be. Or I can just activate Drown Diner, which also doesn't seem great. So I think I'm just going to... Actually, no, I have to do this now, right? Because I can only do it to a stun creature. So this thing's going to unlock, but that's fine. Yeah, all right. So let's shuffle. Then over to them, holding up Counterspell. So it was Fear of the Dark was the creature they manifested. Glimmerlight moves here, sure. And now we're just going to take this. Okay, we're at 10. All right, well, if they're not casting anything, I'm going to Manifest Dread. All right, Forest it is. Opponent casts Nowhere to Run, killing our dude, sure. All right, we've got Peeper. I can go Peeper Exposure, or yeah, Peeper Exposure. That sounds fine. So Peeper, then cast Fear, over to them. And now we still have access to our rooms. So if they attack, I will Snap Trade. Another land. Casts Meat Locker. Oh no! All right. Oh, we take 4. This is obviously not a creature because they would have flipped it over. Okay, so we can draw cards, but then we don't have anything to do unless potentially I hit something for 2 mana. Or I can unlock this room and attack them and draw a card. We're at 6. We can take 2 hits. All right, let's activate the Drown Diner. Drown Diner. Let's pay for it with this, here. So draw. We'll ditch a island. And then I can go Forest, Flesh Burrower. So now we've got a Death Toucher to block them with, and it's back to them. They drew... Oh, no, they're using their own Drowned Diner. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ditch to land. Opponent declines to attack. Okay, so this is not unstunned yet. So I'm still not in a position to attack them, really. I guess, no, that's not true. I could unlock this room, swing with 2 guys, and then force them to either block or I draw a card. All right, but if I do that, I don't get to keep Counterspell up for next turn, which sounds like a much better idea. So let's play Stalked, and I guess just pass. So they obviously know I have something, because otherwise I would have just unlocked rooms. All right, they're not doing anything either. I will not do anything either in that case. All right, so if we play this land, we have 7, 8, and that's enough to unlock Locker Room and still have enough. Yeah, so let's go Locker Room, unlock. Then this guy triggers, and now we can go Combat. I'll attack with everything but Hall Creeper, and I'll give Death Touch to the Stock Researcher. So every single creature that they can block will trade with their guy. Entity Tracker, I'm fine with that if they want to... Yeah, I'm fine with that. Sure, that resolves. Nowhere to run. All right, counter that. Ugh. Did we just get Jabated? Do they just have another kill spell? Yeah. I didn't think they would have double kill spell. I guess I just needed to let Nowhere to Run resolve. Or I just needed to counter Entity Tracker to begin with. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, now that I've seen more of their deck, the Horrid Vigor is actually not that good, because while they do have kill spells, they also have spells that completely get around the indestructibility part of that. So let's just put Glimmer Burst back in. Because they have multiple Nowhere to Runs and Final Vengeance and Sporogenic Infection, so like it doesn't actually save our guys from their removal in multiple cases. This is okay. We're obviously missing green, but I'm all right with it. Island, go. Cast the Surveilled Room. So yeah, I could have attacked with fewer creatures, or I could have countered Entity Tracker. I probably should have just countered Entity Tracker. Stock Researcher, okay. Let's cast Mirror Room and copy this, I guess. So another Peeper, and then it's over to them. Nowhere to Run, killing one of our guys. No blocks. All right, we finally drew a forest. So yeah, I guess we just play Fear of Exposure. Over to them. The alternative, like the problem is, the alternative is either just hold up counter or play Fresh Brewer and just pass or attack them. Neither of which is great. Valgavoth's Lair choosing blue. Unable to scream our guy, sure. They have just an unbelievable amount of removal, eh? I'm 1 move away from getting this, so let's go Flesh Burrow, Combat, attack here. Cast this thing. Yeah, I'm not countering that because every single enchantment that they play will just get it back, so there's no point. All right, well, I'll trade here, and then we'll Manifest Dread, I guess. I mean, not casting this doesn't seem like a great idea. All right, manifest that. Over to us. All right, unlock this. Combat, swing with the manifest creature. Opponent has all the answers. Opponent has, like, a lot of answers. It's kind of insane how many removal spells they have. Entity Tracker, oof. All right, can't block. Ooh, Growing Dread it is. All right, I can't actually attack them with anything, so let's just play the Death Toucher and then pass? Yeah, I guess so. Opponent casts the second Fear of Infinity, triggers the Entity Tracker, Assume they'll just attack with this flyer. Yeah, all right, Growing Dread, double triggers, manifest, ooh, Fear of Isolation, and Mind Skinner. And then we will flip Fear. Ba-bamf, counters, block this guy. What an incredible turn that was. Oh my god, double Meat Locker. Oh my god. Oh, actually, hang on. Stun this dude, resolve this, flip the Mind Skinner, combat, attack all except this guy. How much are we milling them for? It's a lot. Holy crap. All right, they have 2 cards left in their deck. Destroyed. Absolutely bodied. Round 3 on the play. Looks good to me. All right, Surveil Room. We've got Meat Locker and we've got another island. I kind of want both of those, so... Actually, if I keep both of those, I'm 100% casting Growing Dread next turn, right? So... we'll bin the island and top this. Optimistic Scavenger. Ooh, can we perhaps ambush it? Over to them. I mean, I assume they'll just play an enchantment, but that's fine. FOMO. Discards Ethereal Armor. All right. Puts the counter here. Oh, they put the counter on FOMO. We get to ambush. All right, this one. Balak. Boom. Okay, then we Meat Locker this guy. Yeah, Meat Locker. Get out of here, FOMO. Combat. Swing. Hardened Escort. Ooh, the Bookworm. All right, Bookworm it is. And then we will trigger this. Use the ability. Ditching. We can't ditch the land, so we're going to ditch The Hall Creeper's pretty slow at this point, so let's ditch the Hall Creeper. Casts Glassworks, presumably killing the Bookworm, indeed. Ethereal Armor, the Escort, yikes. All right, well, we're not blocking. Oof. Well, we can vanish it. I'm not going to block FOMO, so... I always have to be aware that Shard Mage's Rescue exists, so it's a risk if you are passing the turn. All right, combat. Swing here, and then we're just going to try to vanish this on their turn. Land number 5. All right, if they've got Shard Mages, we die. Oh, I should have done it in beginning of combat. I forgot about that. All right, well, vanish this dude. All right, get rid of this land. So it did actually get rid of it. Taking 1 more damage than I needed to because I didn't do it beginning of combat step. Opponent casts Vicious Clown, casts Cheerleader. Okay, so at least they're out of cards at this point. I can't block, well, I guess I can multi-block FOMO. They have 2 counters, so I could just put multiple creatures into play as blockers. That sounds decent. All right, Stalked, Creeping Peeper, go. They drew Hardened Escort, sure. Swing, swing. I have to trade all my guys if I want to block and kill both of them. Or alternatively, I could just... I really do need to get them off the board, though. My next turn isn't going to be great either, because these will both attack, and this will retain flying after that. So I probably do just need to trade with both of them here, and... yeah, I guess we're just blocking everything. All right, damage, everything trades. Fear of Exposure, which we're now 1 short on. All right, I could Slimy this. These guys, well, both of these guys can still attack even if I do that. So I think I'm better off just casting Glimmer Burst to draw cards. Try to hit a land or something. Yeah, okay. Glimmer Burst. Yeah, well, we did hit land. All right, over to them. So we're going to take 5. We're not going to be able to block either one, really. I think I'll trade this just to save 3 life, though. Actually, no, that's... let's see. This is technically mana for Fear of Exposure. So that's 6, 7... So if I keep this, I have 2 mana open. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to block here. All right, so we're just going to take the damage. And then, yeah, they can have Shattered Yard. That's fine. Opponent casts. How, man? Oh, yeah. So unlock Shattered Yard. We go to 5. Okay. So land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Short. It's just got to be this to block here. And then I'm taking... no, I'm dead in 2 turns if I do that. So if I activate this, I only have 1 mana. Maybe I should have just blocked. I guess my best option is to try to manifest a flyer. All right. And wow, we actually hit Fear of Isolation. Congrats. All right, over to them. They'll still make it indestructible, but that's okay. We are forced now to block everything because we can't afford to take any damage while Shattered Yard is pinging us to death. Da-da-da. Yeah. All right. Flip this. Block here. Block here. Hand that feeds. They have 2 types. Okay. Oh, Zimone, and we're about to hit 7. That's excellent. Although we are dying, but we can maybe get back into it. So Zimone, then Fear of Exposure, tap, 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 tap Zimone. And then we go end step, make a 7/7. All right, we're going to really have to turn the corner here. Yeah, they don't have any good attacks. Shattered Yard, we go to 3. Can't attack with the flyer. Can attack with these guys, maybe. All right, I'm definitely using this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Ditch. I really just need to turn the corner, so I need to be as mana efficient as possible. So ditch this, play a land. So let's say I go bounce your flyer, attack with flyer, fear, primo, play another dude, and then I have 2 blockers for these guys. So bottomless pit, or pool, play this. Trigger, bounce the flyer, combat, swing, swing, swing. So this is lethal if they don't block. They do have to block. Yeah, okay. Play Death Touch guy, go to them. So the hand is Cheerleader and 2 unknown cards. One of those cards has to be something that doesn't matter because they would have played it last turn. So it's probably just a land. Impossible Inferno to kill our guy, sure. And then we jump block Harden's Escort. But then they die on the backswing, so they're actually just dead. Land, okay. Cheerleader, sure. They're still dead on the backswing, right? Shattered Yard, we go to 2. So if I attack with here, 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 they block Primo. They block Fear of Exposure with Hardened Escort, right? Because they have to block. So block here... go to take 5, go to 2. So unlock locker room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I attack with Zimone, that's a free attack, right? The only way that it's not a free attack is if they exactly draw a creature with haste and we don't draw any way of answering it. It puts them to 1, which may not matter, but it does matter in terms of drawing cards because we could maybe draw Twist Reality. So attack with everything. They have to go block. If they don't block Fear, they die. So they have to block both of these guys. So we hit them. See, I get to draw an extra card with Zimone, so I feel like it's worth it to attack with everything. I think the odd, like, I'm going to draw 3 cards here. The odds of not finding any creature or anything in all that, I think, is incredibly low. So let's, plus they have to have a haste creature. So attack with everything. Oh, wait, I only draw 1 card. What? Oh, right. Why do I keep thinking that this is one of those other effects where you draw multiple cards? It isn't. All right, well, we draw a card. Man, if our opponent draws a creature with haste, and because I misread this, attacked with Duskmourn, and we get punished for that, then oh well. Okay, we won. All the other variants of this kind of enchantment effect, where it's like whenever you deal damage to opponent, draw cards, they always trigger per creature. This is the one that is only for whatever. Okay, so let's see. This is a match where something like Horrid Vigor matters, and something like Glimmer Burst doesn't really matter, because it's slow. I don't think I want Friendly Teddy, though, so I think that's fine to switch. What a close game, too. All right, that's excellent. Keep. Island, go. Mountain. Plays Hand That Feeds. Okay. So let's play... I could tap it, or I could just... No, I don't want to tap it. I want to use this on something better. So let's just play Bookworm. And then use the ability. We will discard the Forest. Yeah. So now they have to burn a removal if they want to attack through this. Living Phone. Very well. All right. Land... Let's stay with the tempo here. So let's go Bottomless Pool, bounce the phone, and then we can attack them and play Paranormal Analyst, right? That works for me. So let's go this guy, combat, swing, trigger, use the ability, discarding. I'm not discarding the land this time. I'm going to discard... Well, maybe I will, actually. I just really want to be able to double spell next turn. I mean, at worst, I can go Fear, bounce Pool, play Pool, bounce your guy again. But I'd also really like to be able to hold up Get Out plus play a creature. All right, I'm going to get rid of the Narcolepsy. Yeah, let's discard that. Optimistic Scavenger. Ethereal Armor. All right, well, I know what we're doing. So they're going all in on this guy. That's fine. No blocks. They did that over redeploying their phone. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Burrower, hold open, both counter and Pit's Drowner. So let's go to combat. Swing. No blocks on their part. All right, play the guy with Death Touch, and over to them. Trigger this. At this point, yeah, let's keep looting. Ooh, Duskmourn. Wow, that's a tough one. All right, let's get rid of Fear. In general, it's better to loot than not loot because you have usually more cards in your deck than you care about. Okay, well, do I need to counter that? Probably. Actually, no, I don't, because I can use Get Out to pick up the pool. No, I already need to do that to get rid of that guy. Yeah, I do need to counter this. Oh, wait, no, yeah, so counter, kill that. It means getting hit by the hand again this turn, but that's fine. Oh, right, I forgot. We got rid of Fear, so I actually can't pick up the pool. Okay, Living Phone returns. That's fine. Ooh. Huh. I guess I just pass and drown this. Yeah. I think I'm not going to loot now. I probably shouldn't have looted last turn either. All right, Flood Pits. This guy. And they're not doing anything. Well, there's Duskmourn. So, combat. I mean, I do have to attack them at some point. This is instant speed, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to attack here and here. And if they want to double block my Bookworm, that's fine too. I think I'm actually going to just attack with everything. Trigger, put Death Touch on. It doesn't matter. This guy. Blocks there, blocks there. All right, before damage, we're going to shuffle these. Oh, do they have something? Betrayer's Bargain, eating the thing to kill one of our guys. Sure. And then this resolves shuffling our guys. And then these trade, they get the phone trigger. Let's see what it is. They got Hand That Feeds. Sure. And then we'll play Duskmourn. Make a 5/5. All right. Clown. Hand. All right. Fear of Exposure, you say. So I can't do that and play Mirror Pool in the same turn. So let's see. This is potentially a lot of damage, although they only have one thing. Attacking with Primo seems not great. This also has Delirium. So if they attack with this, I go like what? Primo plus Duskmourn block it, and then we just lose Duskmourn. All right, let's cast Fear of Exposure. And then I think I'm just going to pass. There's no reason to get greedy. Against the Boros deck, we can probably just win the long game. Plays a land. They only have one card in their hand. Yeah, no attacks from them. That makes sense. Ooh, we're at land number 6. Or I can unlock this to draw some cards. All right, let's Mirror Room. Try to copy Fear. No, they have a removal spell. No. All right, sure. We get got. What'd they reveal? Sheltered by Ghosts was the card they hit off of that? Jeez. So we're just super dead now, eh? So they shelter, put it on hand, exile our token, and then we have to block. We have to like chump block stuff. That's rough. All right. Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They get to put a counter on it too. Yeah, there goes our token. Swings here. Becomes a 6/3. No blocks. And we're at 6. Well, we drew a land. At least we can trigger Duskmourn. This one, unlock Fractured Realm. End step, we get 2 triggers. It's irrelevant that the second trigger happens, but whatever, we get a 7/7. Fear of Immobility, come on. What a draw. So actually we're just straight up dead, right? No. We were gonna be at 1 because we have to block hand that feeds with both of our creatures. So we're being at 3. Yeah, why? I don't know why they didn't just attack with Scavenger. All right, well, it is what it is. Tie match. On the play for game 3. Okay, this is fine. Keep. All right, let's play Hall Creeper. I'm almost certainly just going to choose the draw card mode because I need to get lands. Yeah, so combat, swing, then draw. Well, we hit a land. We can copy our Hall Creeper? That sounds pretty good. The alternative is just hold up counter or... Now, you know what? Let's copy it. Mirror Room. Copy the Hall Creeper. Over to you. So we get to draw another card next turn, and then we can have maybe like double spell or vanish. Sheltered by Ghosts. And no, it gets rid of the token. All right, well, it is what it is. So it has Ward 2 now. Oh, we hit a land anyway. Okay, I mean, I can vanish the Sheltered, I guess. That doesn't sound great. Or I can just ambush it. I guess I can just ambush it, right? Yeah. All right, combat, swing, get the ability, put the counters on it, and back to them. So we'll ambush it with Growing Dread with another counter spell open. Land number 4. Swing, cast Growing Dread, manifest. Sure, this guy. I actually can make him big enough that he just straight up, like, overcomes his power. So block. What a hit, because this thing will put a counter on it. Betrayer's Bargain. What did they say? Oh, they're just killing this? Yeah, that's fine. All right, flip this over. Aha, I eat your guy. All right, let's just, I can't even attack them unless so I can play Fear, and that means I'm shields down. I think I just pass. I have so many better options in terms of just like countering whatever their next plays are. Also, the fact that they haven't been just jamming creatures into play tells me they've got things that I potentially just want to counter. Vicious Clown. All right, let's counter that. Counter your Vicious Clown. All right, they had nothing else to do. Ooh, Mind Skinner. Sure, let's go on offense. Mind Skinner, trigger, swing here, and they mill over Bedhead Beastie, land, FOMO, Optimistic Scavenger. Fear of Immobility, that's fine. Stuns are Mind Skinner. Duskmourn, no land. Let's just play Fear, and then back to them. All right, we got a lot of power in play now. Friendly Ghost, sure. 6/8 Fear. I will be perfectly fine if they hit me with that. Ethereal Armor. Well, yeah, now I'm definitely not blocking. Okay, we're at 9. So I can give my guy Indestructible Death Touch and hold up a counter spell. That sounds like the correct move. So let's go to combat, and let's... Okay, if I attack with both of these and they just have a removal spell for this, then I'm dead because Get Out and Horrid Vigor... Well, actually, no, I'm not dead in that case because I still have Vanish from sight. So I can swing here and here, and I'll still be okay. All right, this represents milling 15. They're not blocking it. They mill a bajillion more cards. Over to them. What else did I hit here? All the usual. I had a lot of lands. Toby, swinging with both. Block here. Horrid Vigor, my guy. All right, damage. So 7, their guy's dead. And 1 hit from the Skinner kills them. All right, combat. Swing, swing. Impossible Inferno on Skinner. All right, very well. I guess I could bounce it to my hand and redeploy it, but I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. That's fine. They impulse draw a mountain off the Inferno. All right, play Duskmourn, still holding counter mana up. Get a 5/5. So they're dead in 5 turns. Opponent casts this dude. We're just going to counter that. All right, we got it. Another trophy. That deck was really fun. It has also given me newfound... So a lot of the cards in that deck, I hadn't really been drafting blue a lot up to this point, and it's given me newfound respect for all of these blue cards. They're really good. In particular, I think there's a lot of Voltroning, so like a lot of our matches there, opponents are putting like Ethereal Armor or putting +1 counters on stuff, and when you have bounce spells, the tempo is just so good.